after that is Padme, and I haven't finished that one. And then the villains one is it has a Darth Maul one where it's early in Darth Maul's career, and like what he was like living with Palpatine, and that's really fascinating. And then there's my favorite one in that book is the General Grievous one.
Oh, yes.
Which I told you about already. And in that one, General Grievous is hunting Jedi, and he hunts these 2 Jedi that are trying to hide out in this old Jedi temple on this jungle world. And he kills the Jedi, and he sees that they were trying to get into the temple, and he goes, there might be more Jedi in here or great treasure. And he goes in, and it's this temple... very similar to the ones found in like Star Wars Rebels and the side stuff that are meant to be trial grounds more than like the Jedi Temple in Coruscant where you just live there.
Right.
So General Grievous is like faced with these trials that a Jedi is supposed to do, and he just fucking cheats his way through them. So like there's one where like it's like a dexterity one, and you have like the swinging axes, like the stereotypical ones, and then you see General Grievous walking sideways on the path on the side because like this bottomless chasm on either end, and he's just walking on the side of it because he has the clampy legs, and so he's just walking and ignoring it. And then he like cuts through a bunch of stuff that he's not supposed to, and he just breaks everything, and it's hysterical. And then he gets to the end, and there's like this indoor waterfall, and there's like a light behind the waterfall, and he tries to reach into it, and he can't grab the thing that's making the light, and he gets frustrated with it, and he like puts himself into it, and then he's like in this netherworld thing where he has an interaction with a Jedi's ghost who lives in the temple, and the ghost talks to him and implies that he was once Force sensitive, and that his anger and resentment to the Jedi have closed him off from the Force by turning himself into a machine. And he makes General Grievous see his descent from a great warrior of his people into a tool of Count Dooku and a machine, in an attempt to try to get him to see that he's being used.
Right.
And of course, General Grievous, in his General Grievous way, goes, "No, this is dumb. You're stupid.
No, you.
And he tries to cut it with a lightsaber. He like tries to stab the water and everything. It's hysterical. Like he literally gets just frustrated. He ignores everything the man says to him and just goes, "No, you."
Actually, just like that.
Just like that. And then he can't do it. And the light disappears, and he leaves the temple, and the light's like still in there. And then he like looks, he's like away from the temple, and he looks back, and he like thinks about it again, and he gets really angry, and then he lifts up his column, and he goes, "Destroy the temple," and then just a rain of blaster fire levels it, and then he goes, "Take that." See how your Force handles that. And then he leaves, and then you see from the ruins the light leave the temple and like fly off into the netherworld of the Force.
That's really cool.
And it was really funny, and it was just perfect. It was great. So the other ones are also really good, but I'm not going to go into those because I already spoiled one story. I don't want to go do that, but they do Count Dooku, they do Asajj Ventress, and they do Palpatine.
Okay.
And then, so the new one I got in the mail was the Age of Empire, Age of Rebellion villains one. And that has a story about, again, Palpatine, but as the Emperor, Darth Vader, Jabba, and Grand Moff Tarkin.
You have to tell me what happens in the Jabba one.
Yes, I will tell you.
For those of you who don't know, Jabba the Hutt is my favorite Star Wars character.
And rightly so. It's a great character. He's a great boy. So yeah, and then I have Age of Rebellion Heroes coming in. I think at the end of this month it's going to come. So I do recommend those comics. Those are really good. Generally speaking, with Star Wars comics in the modern Marvel era with Star Wars.
And even before that, let's be honest.
Oh, you don't even know what I'm going to say about it. I was just saying, like, usually the ones that are less focused are the best ones. These ones, since they're all just vignettes, have really high quality to them. The other ones in this Marvel area are very good, but they're different. They're just different, and you do have to get used to that. And so just but these ones are like a pure Star Wars experience that I think anyone could really appreciate. The other ones I still think are great, especially Dr. Aphra. I'm a big fan of that comic series, but they all are a little bit different, and you do need to get used to them. I do recommend essentially most of them, but especially those ones.
Awesome. So those are our recommendations for this week.
Yeah, so, and that concludes our cryptids episode.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird thinking that we were just talking about cryptids all that time after
Exactly.
that. But, so yeah, so thanks for tuning in. For those of you that stayed through and didn't immediately yeet your device that you were listening this off after
When you heard me say the word goat man.
we appreciate you doing that. And
Yeah.
if, again, like, these aren't really gonna be heard by anybody for a long time, if ever.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening to our very early practice sessions. I do want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know. I'm just really great. It's just really great being here. And if you listened, thank you. I appreciate it.
We have a lot of fun making these.
We do. We're having a good time. We definitely feel confident about actually starting the show. So if the show has already been going for a while and you're coming back to this for the first time, I think that's really cool.
It's possible. It's weird to think that people might be listening to this in the future.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only time they would.
It's true.
All right, so thanks again. We'll be back again soon with another interesting topic.
True.
I think we're probably going to do... I don't know. We'll pick
something next time.
We'll pick something for next time.
And until then, I'm Cameron.
And I'm Jake. And I didn't prepare a quip, so catchphrase.